And we're live! Hello, my beautiful light rays, and welcome to the second episode of Vtuber Destroys Tech. Today we will be doing a Gen 2 installation, and apologies for the brief late start. I have no idea how I encountered tech issues during a tech stream, but that shouldn't matter because today we're here to install Gen 2. Just a quick warning, this is incredibly boring. I'm gonna lose all my viewership. Leave while you still can. Save yourself. So, first of all, of course, we're not going to be installing this on bare metal unless someone buys me a capture card. And we are streaming from Windows, which I know is really bad and it's stupid. It's proprietary. I hate Windows. But OBS and VTube Studio don't really work that well on Linux. Also, ALSA doesn't work very well. If you know what ALSA is, just the mention of that word will put you into sheer terror. So we'll be using Windows and Hyper-V. Oh, I really wish I could be using this with Linux and KVM. That'd be so much more smooth experience. I know this experience is gonna be awful. If you watched the first episode of VTuber Ruins Tech, the one where we did the GPU pass-through into Ubuntu, that one failed really bad. I hope this does not fail this time. So let's create the virtual machine. New virtual machine. Let's just name this Suffering, because if you don't know what Gen 2 is, it's one of the hardest, well, Linux distributions to install, I guess. I wouldn't say hardest, it's one of the most tedious. If you want hardest, I'd be like Linux from scratch, maybe NixOS, Geeks, I don't know. Anyways, let's just name the virtual machine Suffering. Generation 2 virtual machine, because we want UEFI. Startup memory, we're not going to use dynamic memory. We're going to give it 32 gigabytes. What's that in gigabytes? Hold on. Let me just... 8192 times 4. Why? Okay, I thought this has a calculator function. 8192 4. That's 32,768. That's how many megabytes 32 gigabytes is. Well, I guess millibytes. So we'll just proceed from here. Connection, we're gonna use the fast switch, which I configure to be my Ethernet. Disk size, we're gonna make it 128 gigabytes. Probably shouldn't have to worry, it's dynamically allocated. And then we select the bootable image. This one. As you can see over here, we have downloaded it. Next, summary, all of this looks sane to me. Before we start it up, we go into settings. We move network adapter to the bottom of the boot order. Disable secure boot. Give it 12 virtual processors. And everything else looks fine. Oh yeah, integration services. Disable backup. Disable checkpoints. Make sure you don't have guest services enabled. Okay, and we should be good. But before we do that, there's something else we have to do. There's a script we have to do. So let me just navigate to it in Vim script. And here's the script we have to run. Let's just copy it. First VM equals, we named it Suffering, right? Yep, it's called Suffering. I think that didn't paste successfully. Hold on. Why is that not pasting? Is it because that's in WSL? That shouldn't be that big of an issue. I'll just grab it from another place I have it pasted. Interesting. There we go. Pasted. We'll start the virtual machine, and we can close off PowerShell. Just gonna quickly quit Vim, quit here. This is a virtual machine, so it's gonna be really resource intensive, on my system at least. But I have this here. If the stream's about to crash, I will kill the VM. So I shouldn't have to worry. But that means we'll have to restart our progress. But at least the stream won't crash. So let's connect to the virtual machine. Whoa, that's big. We'll full screen this, unpin that. Just basic welcome to KDE Plasma stuff. Our keyboard setting looks good. So, oh, accidentally maximize that. We just have to go to, what is it on KDE? I'm too used to my custom Hyperland config. At least on my main system. I think it's this. Apply. Yeah, we'll get into a dark mode before we start doing anything. And we're gonna open console. So just a heads up, we're following this Gentoo Wiki quick installation checklist, as well as just the few pages on it. I think I know what I'm doing, so I'm only following the basic checklist because you can see here it has a warning. This is not designed to actually tell you how to install Gentoo. You should only use this if you know what you're doing. I think I know what I'm doing. I can work my own, do my own fairly well, like Arch install. And I've used Gentoo before. I've actually daily driven it on one of my laptops. So I think I should be, though I did use Calculate Linux, which is a Gentoo distribution, which is graphical. So, but I should be fine just installing this like this. So we're gonna first just get through the guide. We've already booted in. And I guess we'll just make ourselves the root user. And there we go. Let's just check our IP address. That'll make things very simple later on. Our main network device is ETH0. And we have one loopback. IP address is 192.168.172/24. 24 CIDR, that is. Let's just check for connectivity. Ping-c for gnu.org. We have connectivity. That's good. And first of all, we have to use gparted, of course, to lay out our disks when installing a system. We're just gonna create a partition table, GPT partition table. That should be good. And now we're gonna use fdisk/dev/sda. I think it's /dev/sda, right? Yep. So we're just gonna create a new partition. Wait, what? Did fdisk change? I think fdisk changed. I think you used to be able to set like primary, secondary partitions before that. This is our we're on a 128 gig virtual disk. We'll assign 96 gigs of that to root. New. And then we'll create our EFI partition. Wait, hold on. We're gonna list what's EFI system. Alright, interesting. Oh, then that means we partitioned it wrong. I remembered the numbers incorrectly. We'll just partition this from gparted actually. make the new size. What size have we set it as here? What is that in GB bytes? I have no idea. I'm just gonna put this randomly to like here. I mean, like, it's a Gen 2 install. It's not gonna take up that much space. Primary partition, ext4, label root. Add new. One gigabyte swap partition. Actually, we'll do a 2 gigabyte. Just in case. We'll do FAT32 for our file system. Add. And the rest will be swap. Let's just write this to disk. How do you write the disk in gparted? What is this? Apply all operations. Yeah, I don't know why the titles were. Oh, we have an error. Interesting. Oh, it looks like our EFI system didn't create properly. Or just... We'll do CF disk then, I guess. New size. Actually, we'll just delete all of this. And just partition by a CF disk. That's, I prefer the terminal. I don't get those graphical apps with new stuff. New 96 gig root partition. Type Linux file system. 1 gigabyte EFI partition. And then I don't care. Give it 31 gigabytes of swap. It's gonna be funny. Right, all of this, the disk, quits, lsblk. Alright, that should be good. Now we should just make our file systems. mkfs.ext4 /dev/sda1 mkswap.dev/sda3 swap on/dev/sda3 and then we'll use FAT32. What's the fdisk thing to create FAT32 file system on? Hold on. Here's where the trusty Gen 2 installation guide comes in. A partition scheme. Ah, there we go. It's mkfs.fat-32/dev/sda2. There we go. Moving on. I guess mount the root partition dash parent slash mnt slash gen2 mount slash dev slash sta mounting our root slash mnt dash slash gen2. Let's just check if our data is correct. Nothing about our date seems off, so we don't need to run Crony to sync the time. I guess we'll just install a tarball. cd slash mnt slash gen2 links. That's our command line browser. https colon slash www.gen2.org slash download slash mirrors. And then we just go to downloads. That's buggy. We'll select the HTTP mirror for Canada, University of Waterloo, since that's the closest to me. We'll go down to releases, AMD 64, auto builds. And should we go with OpenRC or systemd? I'm gonna go with systemd actually, since it's a bit more common. Current stage 3, AMD 64. That's systemd. Yep. Oh yeah, desktop with systemd. We'll go with desktop.systemd because we're installing stuff. What's our latest version? Oh, it's right up there. Actually, we can just install this later. We'll install the good tar.xz. We can update later. We're gonna be rebuilding anyways. Just gonna wait until this finishes downloading. This is a long way down to scroll. We're almost halfway done. From what I feel, the main difference between an Arch install and Gen 2 install is just the stage 3. Because on Arch, you don't need to download the stage 3. I think that's all pulled in as part of the dependencies. Like when you pack strap an Arch installation. And the second primary difference is that like you compile everything and the repos are slightly smaller on Gen 2. But everything's repo is slightly smaller than Arch's repo, especially if you count in the AUR, unless you're on like NixOS or something. We're almost there. 670 megabytes out of 737 megabytes. Okay, it's formatting document. Wait, did we download the right thing? I downloaded the tar.xz. Okay. I think when we ls... What the f... Okay. That didn't work. Let's retry that. Let's try it from here. I don't know why I'm nervous. I've actually rehearsed this before the stream. We're using the merged user version of it, though. Wait, was that the user merged thing? Oh, that is. We might encounter some troubles with that, but it shouldn't be that major. And we're just gonna tar xpvf stage 3 there. This is basically, we're just decompressing it. We're just decompressing it. And that's basically the basic system, and all the core utils down. Now we just have to configure like make.conf, install the kernel, bootloader, users. Might be a short stream today, but we are compiling a lot of things, so it might take a while. So we'll probably take a break in the middle of it because nobody wants to watch like GCC compiler output for like an hour. There we go. Let's just nano /mnt/gen2/etsy/portage/make.conf. And we'll add our optimized flags. What are they? But what if you do want to watch that for an hour? You are a sick motherfucker, Octopia. Not even I would watch that for half an hour. We'll use... We're not going to use super optimized. This is a virtual machine. We're not going to have access to, like, the actual CPU, like, extensions. Bin disk, MMX, SSE. That should be enough for our use flags. And we'll just put input. What input device is building for? Input devices equals edev. Keyboard, mouse, and synaptics. Just the default loadout, you can say. And then make ops equals -j. We have 12 cores passed through, so -j12. Everything here looks sane to me. Exit. And then we'll just run mirror select -i-o. Put that into /mnt/gen2/etsy/portage/make.conf. Wait, shit. That was incorrect. It's make.conf, not make.conf. Let's go down that to Kanda. And we'll just select the Waterloo HTTP repo. That's the closest to where I live. I'm in Vancouver. And then let's configure the make ebuild directly. Make dir dash that's parent /nt/gen2/etsy/portage/repos.conf. Now let's just CP that over sleepy/mnt/gen2/user/share/portage/config. A lot of typing, a lot of portage repos.conf, and CP that into /mnt/gen2/portage/repos.conf/gen2.conf. We just CP that over and CP concluded successfully. That should be great. Oh, we have more CP. Of course, DNS, CP-def. How do you spell deference? That's etsy/resolve.com/mnt/gen2/etsy. If I type any of this wrong, we have to restart, and that might take hours. I don't know if I type anything wrong. I can't spell. Mount types proc/mnt/gen2/proc. And we have to mount sys system. Mount --rbind. We want that rbinded /sys/mnt/gen2/sys. And of course, we need to make that a slave. So mount --make -r slave /mnt/gen2/sys. And now we just have to mount dev run and all of the other directories. Mount --rbind/dev /mnt/gen2/dev. Mount --make -r slave /mnt/gen2/dev. So now we mounted them and made them our slaves. Now, and of course /run. Almost forgot about that. Was about the truth /mnt/gen2/run. Now we just mount --make -slave /mnt/gen2/run. And we're finishing, and we finished mounting and slaving. Everything should be mounted. And then we just have to switch to new Gen2 environment. So we'll root, as in change root /mnt/gen2. And we'll root into its bin bash source /etc/profile to like source it up. Export ps1 equals roots, and then set that as ps1. That puts a nice root in front of it, so it tells us what we're doing. And we'll just mount mount /dev /sda2/boot/efi, I think. Is that how you're supposed to do it? Let me check. We're just gonna quickly read through this. Blah blah blah, somewhat useless, somewhat useless. What is it telling us to mount? /EFI. Or just mounting it to UFI. Not /boot, just /EFI. Alright. Yeah, that looks good to me. Oh. I guess I don't care. We'll just mount it to boot then. We can do like a BIOS installation. This is a VM. Does not matter. Does not matter. And then we'll just emerge das WebErsync. That'll sync us with online Gen2 repositories. And then emerge dash dash sync to sync locally. I think that's what it's doing. I don't really know how to use Portage Gen 2's package manager. I know the basics, like emerge, all of the flags, like AUDV, like Oddvin, and like new use, verbose, etc. Update, like the flags, the basic flags. It's gonna take, how long is it gonna take to sync the repository? I don't think it's gonna take that long, but it might take a while to sync the repositories. I'm just not sure. I'm just gonna wait until the synth finishes. It's gonna take a while. It looks like it's almost done. It's verifying now. And it's done. And we'll just like profile lists. I'll just do KDE systemd select profile set. Nine. That's for merge user. We'll do 10. I think we can get around that. We can get around that. ls/user/share /zone info. We're gonna set a time zone now. ln-sf /user/share/zone info /America/Vancouver/Etsy/local time. And we'll just configure our locales now. If you don't know what locales are, it's like your time, currency, language, all of that. So we're gonna have to edit /Etsy/localgen. We don't have to type anything out. We just have to uncomment these conveniently done things. Control O to write, Control X to exit. And we'll run locale-gen. And there's a locale generated. Reload the environment for the locales, and then shoot back in. And update and source/Etsy/profile. And then export. We're gonna export the truth thing again. Truth $, right? Variable, yeah. PS1. Oh shoot. It's source. There we go. Well, just emerge the Linux firmware /kernel /Linux-firmware. It's masked. I don't care. It's a virtual machine. We don't need firmware. We're not installing this on hardware. I don't care if it's masked. I'm not gonna go through the time and unmask this. We're just gonna use the bin kernel. And for the to install the bin kernel, we'll go back to our trusty installation guide. Where is that? Here it is. we're just gonna scroll down. There we go. Just emerge dash dash ask, not 00 dash dash ask, sys dash kernel slash gen2 dash kernel dash bin. Oh, UZZ dash automask needs updating. Nano slash Etsy slash portage slash packages dot use ZZ dash auto unmask. Wait. Huh? Z slash Etsy slash portage. mkdir packages dot use. I hate this text, it's small to read. Zoom in a bit. Package.use ZZ nano auto unmask. Wait, let's get our error again. It's sort of two config files in Etsy slash portage need updating. Alright. That's our first small issue. Check the manual. That output was way too fast. What even was that? Let's see that again. Man merge. Yeah, I can tell my viewer retention is dropping. You guys didn't sign on to watch me read documentation for portage. Okay. Documentation on unmasking a package. What is this? The -- auto unmask flag will let emerge spit out a list of all packages that require unmasking. while paired with dash auto unmask dash write and or dash dash ask. Emerge prompts the user to write or not to the last semantically named file. Just ask dash dash auto unmask dash write. The fuck? Let's just try it with the raw kernel. Dispatch dash conf. What is dispatch dash conf? Sure. We're just gonna touch slash etsy slash portage slash package dot accept underscore keyword slash the auto unmask emerge. You select news, read. You select news list. What is going on? Okay. I don't think any of that is useful to me. It's like Perl, syslibs. Yeah, dispatch dash on. Syskernel, install kernel. Ah. That should be fine. Etsy slash portage slash package dot accept underscore keyword slash z slash underscore auto unmask. Wait, shoot. Slash Etsy slash port. Forgot the other part. Slash portage slash package dot accept underscore keywords slash my package. Now emerge dash ask kernel bin. Why is this not responsive? Okay, this is not responsive. Does not matter. We'll just close this out. Why did my keyboard suddenly stop working? Not like as in through the virtual machine. Why did my keyboard stop working? What the fuck? Is that a virtual machine issue? Hold on. I mean, like, it should be fine. Yeah, I don't know why the keyboard isn't working. I guess we'll just... Alright. This is a major plasma moment. Why is the keyboard not working? Doesn't matter, I think the truth should be preserved. We'll just restart the virtual machine. Waiting for KDE to start up. I actually quite like the plasma startup screen. I find it nice. Is the keyboard working? Okay, good. The keyboard is working. Let's move that back into dark mode so we don't want to commit suicide after looking at the windows. Let's just mount all of that. Have to mount all of that again. Time for some more slavery. Mount types proc slash 7t slash gen 2 slash proc. Oh, sudo 2. Mount dash types proc slash 7t slash gen 2 slash proc. Ah, dash types, not dash types. I'm going insane. Hold on. Oh, I got a bit silly there. Got a bit silly. I'm gonna mount the drive, yeah. LSP, okay, mount slash dev slash SPA 1 slash MNT slash Gen 2. Okay. All our progress is there. So we'll just mount our slaves, and we're good. Mount dash dash type proc slash mnt slash gen2 slash proc. Mount dash dash r bind. Make sure to bind them slash sys slash mnt slash gen2 slash sys. Mount dash dash make dash r slave slash mnt slash gen2 slash sys. Mount dash dash r bind slash des slash nt slash gen 2 slash dev. Mount dash dash make dash r slave slash mnt slash gen 2 slash dev. Mount dash dash bind slash run slash mnt slash gen 2 slash run. Mount dash dash make dash slave, not r slave, make slave slash mnt slash gen 2 slash run. Otherwise the slave will run. That's why it's mounted as slash run. Just shoot back in. Mount that as boot, and we can go back to where we were. Emerge dash dash ask sys dash kernel slash gen 2 dash kernel dash bin. Oh yeah, let's try the emerge firmware first. Sys dash kernel slash linux dash firmware. Meh. Let's just not care about that. Install kernel dash gen 2. I think my memory seems to have faltered me. Everything else, CPIO. We need CPIO. We need ASCII. Yeah, ASCII docs. Oh. cd slash etsy slash portage. What do we need to update? Like, made that conf? Didn't we post that conf? Oh, it's Etsy. CD. I'll just slash Etsy slash portage. Is it like cat package? slash st slash portage slash package dot accept underscore word slash utz underscore auto unmask emerge. Are we emerging? What part needs to update? What config file do I need to update? I guess we can just compile the kernel. This is gonna take a really long time because we're compiling a fucking Linux kernel. We just have to merge the sources first. Oh yeah, we're installing CPIO. How many concurrent viewers do I have? I have 0 concurrent viewers. Average Gen 2 install experience. Oh, we're using kernel version 6.6.21. We're on 6.8.2 now, I think. Let's just try this one last time. Yep, no. We're just gonna cd slash user slash src slash linux. Make menu config. Should we do any kernel tweaking? I don't want to. Like, what even is there to do? We're in a VM. I guess it's time to compile the fucking Linux kernel. Make -j12 and make modules underscore install. Well, that's the Linux kernel being compiled. We're gonna take a really long fucking time doing this. I didn't optimize the kernel at all. It's compiling everything, all of everything. We just wait until the pain concludes, but the pain will never conclude because this is Gen 2. I should have just done an Arch installation stream. It wouldn't take 6 hours. What's our system monitor? Look at that, 99% CPU usage. The compilation experience. Hold on, I'm just gonna check host CPU usage. Host CPU usage is at 100%. Oh yeah, we passed through all of our threads, that's why. When is this gonna be done? Oh, hi, Ink Sans. No worries. You don't need to worry about being late. This is a very boring stream. I'm doing something tech related. Actually, if you want to skip it, you can. You probably won't understand it. It's very boring. It's just something tech related. I'm installing Gen 2. I think tomorrow's stream is a gaming stream. If you think this is boring, you can just like watch tomorrow's, or you can watch one of the replays for the previous streams. Wait, let me check. What's tomorrow's stream? Tomorrow's stream is Far Cry Primal. Just want to sit and try to understand me? You go ahead. Yeah, tomorrow's stream is Far Cry Primal. We just have to wait until this finishes building. It's compiling itself. And we're done compiling. That's good. We'll just cp arch /x86_64 /boot /bz image /boot /kernel -6.6.21 -gen2 emerge gen kernel it's that issue again. We can't install the kernel because it's unmasked. It needs to be unmasked. Sure. Let me just quickly reread this documentation. Let's just update the system. That is a lot to build. We'll be here for a long time. Just to show you how long this will take, I'm gonna see if I can install Arch in the time this takes to build. Let's just go to flatpak.org. Open another console window. We're gonna install GNOME boxes. Where's the setup for Gen 2? There we go. Oh yeah, sudo foo. Ah, we can't. Great. 11 out of 59. Good, good, good. Use Hyper-V Manager. How quickly can we what disk images do I have available? Aw, we won't be able to do it in time. We have to download. That's... Actually... ArchISO. Can I download an ArchISO in the time it takes for this to compile? What is that? Yes, I want to download. Get me to the mirrors. Oh, we're downloading Arch. By the way, can this finish by the time this finishes? We will never know. We're at 36 out of 59. Arch is 1 minute left. Arch install versus Emerge, Oddvin. Oh, looks like the portage might actually beat downloading the Arch ISO. $43 out of 59. 30 seconds left on the Arch ISO. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the most exhilarating race I've seen in decades. Oh, we're almost there for the portage job. It seems to be fussing around a bit itself. 10 seconds left on the Arch ISO. And the Arch ISO has finished downloading, while this is still compiling. Can I install Arch Linux in the time it takes for this to compile? Let's see. Go to Hyper-V Manager. New virtual machine. Arch Race. Generation 2, 8192 megabytes, our fastest switch. Let's leave this size, install. Come on, is it gonna win? Is it gonna win? It's still compiling. I thought it finished because it paused. Nope, still compiling. Okay. Let's start and connect to the Arch VM. Can I finish installing Arch when the time it takes for a single Gen 2 update? There's System D going up. Arch install. What is this? Oh yeah, just need me to confirm. Mirror region. Mirror region back, mirror region gannderp, best effort, stop virtual disk, ext4. No. No disk encryption, bit boot imager, unified kernel image is false, swap. No. Same Arch Linux. Profile. Desktop with Cinnamon. Graphics driver, all open source. Yep. Audio, Pipewire, kernels, Link/Zen. Neo fetch. Copy ISO network configuration. Time zone. America Vancouver. Times multi-lab testing. Going to sync. No. Yes. Install. Here we go. Arch install versus a simple Gen 2 update. What's faster? Arch has 148 packages and needs to install. Gen 2 has 10. As you can see, Gen 2 has barely started compiling the first package, and Arch is 64% done. It's a 148 package install. Truly the battle of the elitist Linux distribution. And Arch is now checking integrity. Gen 2 has frozen. Gen 2 has chugged along once again, as Arch is still blazing through. It is installing all of the... It is now building the CPIO init RAM FS. Just 9 packages left until Gen 2 finishes its update. Meanwhile, Arch is going ahead and installing the kernel. No falter, no distraction, both are speeding along. Arch is now installing 73 packages in the time it takes Gen 2 to not install one. And once again, another 22 packages installed. Gen 2 has 8 packages left to build. Arch is speeding along, and another 210 packages. And this time it's installing Cinnamon, a desktop environment, which on Gen 2 would take hours. And Arch has finished the install. Gen 2 is still chugging along. And Arch has finished installation. And now Arch Linux with Linux Zen. Let's just boot into Cinnamon. Go to our terminal. Neo Echo. I use Arch, by the way. And Neo Fetch. You can see how fast that took compared to Slowpoke Gen 2 over there. I should have done an Arch installation for this stream. Would have been over in like 10 minutes. Meanwhile, I'm here burning in pain as Gen 2 refuses to cooperate. I'm on a time crunch here. Wait, how many more operating systems can we install in the time it takes for Gen 2 to finish a measly 7 packages? Let's try something else. Can we install another popular elitist Linux distribution, NixOS, in that time? Let's turn boot order. Yeah. And there we are at the NixOS installer. There we go, Nix is being installed, while meanwhile Gen 2 is still burning along. And that is a garbled graphics output. No worries though. And it's ungarbled itself. What is Gen 2 doing? We've installed Arch already in the time it takes for a single update. Can Nix load up in the time it takes Gen 2 to complete this update? It appears Nix is not compatible with Hyper-V graphics. Oh, I spoke wrong. And it's back in. Good. Welcome to the NixOS installer. We're just gonna... Can we install NixOS in that time? Nix makes us set the actual password. Okay. What does that want me to do now? Next, desktop. We're gonna install the most bloated desktop environment we can, the Deepin desktop environment, just a race against Gen 2. Allowing free software. Race disk, no swap. Let's go. Meanwhile, Gen 2 is still compiling. You know, I'm trying to make it, like, interesting for you guys. Instead of, like, cutting to be right back, I wouldn't cut to be right back. I have to make this interesting. Somehow. If we can install Nix in the time it takes for Gen 2 to still not finish installing, we'll install like Solus or Geeks or Alpine. That'd make you happy, wouldn't it? My suffering. This is just suffering for everyone. I titled this correctly. compilation hell. You know what, guys? It's been 1.5 hours. I'm gonna end off today, right here. Well, we'll continue this in a future stream. Well, I'll finish this up after stream, and then I'll complete this. And in a future stream, maybe VTuber Ruins Tech episode 3. Gen 2 is just taking too long to install. I'm not sitting here for several hours more. So, my beautiful light rays, make sure to like and subscribe. Go to the link in my bio to go to my other social media platforms. Shine bright. And add Astra.